Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and just see if there's anybody who wants to say anything. I did a session last night off camera, and the answers I got were not that great. So I'm just wondering what was the problem. Anyway, what was on the table at that point in time had to do with, here I've got something connected with Erin Brockovich and United Breweries. Erin Brockovich was primarily to do with who? Julia Roberts. Erin Brockovich. The first movie was which one? With Richard Gere. Pretty Woman. So my question is, was one of my so-called cousins involved in that, or she knew anybody there? Okay, good for you. Point is, this is not really this is not really what was on the table yesterday. So we leave it. What was on the table yesterday was this is very, 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 very important, because from whichever perspective you want to understand, most likely this, because of whatever I came to know about what happened back end, most likely this only. Raw was decimated, I will say it a zillion times. You don't want to accept it, that's your misgiving. Whenever I have asked about the cloning issue and the replica and so many faces for one face, so many replaced identities, on and on and on. हम पूछो इंडियन मिलिट्री को आता है इन चीज़ों को हैंडल कैसे करें, वे नो नॉट येट. और वहीं पे सबसे ज़्यादा फॉल वहीं पे हुआ है. At least when it came to Mr. Kiran Merchant, 2000 onwards is what I feel. Then the lady who got married to Mr. Kiran Merchant is supposed to be a very good lady, actually. My mom, my sister were pulled off much earlier. My mom apparently, and not Roiqa, not this girl. So, but the thing is, because somebody's played really filthy. I say DARPA is nothing but the DARR. We keep getting connected with SRK. That's the first thing I got. He's shape-shifting everywhere. His wife Gauri Khan is supposed to have been pulled off as early as 2004. Yeah, there are so many Gauris and so many Shahrukhs. They know it. Shah of Iran is the only one. Find out if he ever invaded India. Did he have to then retract? All this is as, see, I only allowed you to grow, see how I get it all back. ये कौन कहता है? I have to win at any cost. जो शंकराचार्य शंकर मठ को केशवानंद भारती स्वामी जी को प्लेन क्लोथ्स में लगाए, उसको अलाइव रखे बियॉन्ड रिकग्निशन, ओनली फॉर समथिंग अबाउट हिज ईगो एज द शंकराचार्य, till it suits them. Today you are calling Advait, the concept of Advait, you have twisted it that it is very, very bad concepts. You are saying it's okay to be Advait. Everything that is actually requiring some level of righteousness for the discernment of what is okay, what is not. You cannot classify stealing as Advaitism. hybrids in the genetics, genomes, mixing breeds. First human beings, then across classifications of, let's say, life forms. Within the human beings doing the intersex. Within the human beings, all those are your medical experiments. What you have shown, that shit on Netflix, a cure to wellness, a father lost his, or a doctor loses somebody, or the father loses somebody, but the fetus lives. The fetus is royalty. Now the old man wants to have sex with the child. You dare to say Advaitism? So what you have done, Reardo entry, is you have entered places of righteous worship. Gotten rid of the key gurus, or then what has been handed from generations way before. Gotten rid of them, stealth mode, and now slowly you are restructuring the understanding of very ancient scriptures. Those are appropriate. What you are doing with them is highly inappropriate. If we take it back to Queen Anne's time, how did you forcefully change, let's just say, Queen Anne and her husband? Now they have done their job of producing the next heirs, yet amongst so many of the heirs, nobody survives. All have passed away because of the influenza before, most of them, majority before age 3. There are only 1 or 2 who have gone beyond it to age 6 or 7. That was forced upon you, forced upon them, making it look like it is a natural event. Again, it goes back to disease, infection, new infections, and then finding a cure for it. On the back of it, what happens? If there is no heir produced, those you don't like in royalty, you get rid of. You did it in India also, you've done it in many places around the world. Japan, lots of, I don't know about Japan, but many places, China, China, lots of places you've done. Either in the face of everybody or stealth mode. Shooting that Saudi Arabia's uncle, that's in the face of everybody. Getting the royalty of some smaller place in the Middle East, the cousins to sign off their rights to whatever, that is in everybody's face. Let's say the Dubai king's younger son dying in an accident. That is in everybody's face. His 2 princesses, for whatever bad behavior put upon them, then saying that no, they don't recognize the niceness of their father anymore, is in everybody's face. That's not Advait, that's stealing. If you really want to know the scriptures without your Reardo entry entering into places of, let's just say they're custodians of what is appropriate from the very beginning. They don't mess with it. You are the one, Reardo entry, cloning people, you get rid of them, bearing egos of people who you have taken underground. It is then when you start twisting the truth, twisting the scriptures to suit your useless agenda. You are from the Middle East, definitely. The beast rose from the Middle East. जो बीस्ट है वो मिडल ईस्ट से राइज हुआ है. तुम यहाँ पे छिप रहा है. हमको एक चीज़ बताओ, यहाँ पे लक्ष्मी माता को तुमने ऐसे बना दिया है और सरस्वती माता को तुमने ऐसे बना दिया है. इस किताब के अंदर क्या किया है? What you have done, this is bought on Bezos's company. Bezos's company is no more. Mr. Jeff Bezos is no more. Neither him nor his wife. From 2014 or 15 onwards, you've been misusing that company, connected with your useless digital drive, connected with that DARPA. DARPA is nothing wanting to take the brain of every human being and converge it to brain control interfaced with technology. Bezos's company is one of the places, along with maybe Coca-Cola, wherever you have the mass database digitally of everybody worldwide. The largest of it is got. Why do you think Myntra bought Jabong? तुमको क्यों लगता है? Mindtree was sold. Why do you think? किस चीज़ के लिए? It is primarily it is in preparation for brain control, where your brain cannot connect to the Atma, but your birth here on earth is primarily so that your Atma guides your brain for the appropriate action, so that you don't work and fall to join the beast at any cost. The beast is the one who needs to steal. He just can't earn it. So he plays every filthy game possible to grab. Today he is stamping down on your soul. Tomorrow, if the interface of technology, nanotechnology fitted into your human form connects itself, including a very, very sensitive part of your body called the brain, connects to whatever preparation they have done. If you understand, if we look at a very old stotra coming out of where? The Shankar Mat, Adi Shankaracharya's poetry. Not that I want to give you any lessons of anything. I'm just showing you how you go and try grabbing. This is not my creation. It is just a prayer book, small one and a very good one. Now, if we understand, this is about who? This is Goddess Mahalakshmi. What is it for? Prosperity. What kind of prosperity? Lakshmi Mata is in many forms of all kinds. So the prosperity is many, many, many kinds. Ashtalakshmi primarily means how many forms of Lakshmi? The goddess of prosperity, 8 types of prosperity. So what is the first one? Grantor of liberation, excellent speaker, knowledge of the Vedas, right? That's Adi Lakshmi, first one. Second one is what? Keeping everything that is good for the Atma, destroying things that are undesirable, connected with Kali and Kali Yuga. Asking for protection over there also. The other one is Vaishnavi. Refuge by saintly people for the higher realms. She's called Dhairya Lakshmi. Then she is called Gajalakshmi because of the elephants and horses. Again to do with the scriptures. Even Vishnu, Shivji and Brahma, the Holy Trinity for your Holy Ghost. But the Holy Trinity for the Hindus. Allah for your Muslims. Har Har for the Guru Sikhs. That's how important she is for well-being and prosperity. For the welfare of people. The swaras, 7 swaras are what? Swargs. That is north lit realms. Northwards lit realms from earth. She is Santana Lakshmi, which means for giving auspicious results as children also. So that father does something, grandfather does something, it moves on to the next generation and is not grabbed, calling it Advait. That only when you get rid of the seers and you plug yourself in, then you will be giving that kind of understanding. That also wrapped in Artificial intelligence first created in America, getting rid of those people. That's the Epstein case. Then moving it to Bangalore as one of the places. Then preparation to get rid of the ones who contributed to it, earning lots of money, becoming very rich. Now preparation to get rid of them. Taking their work, moving it now to where? Hyderabad. You have constantly done this always. When you were building India as a third world country, making it a developed nation, you were busy already preparing for Africa. You knew exactly what you were doing. You always do this 50 years in advance, 50. It's called natural progression. Vijaya Lakshmi is to give for auspicious results, to give you success. That's what it means. But as you can see, a lot of it is got to do with knowledge, whether the Vedas, whether the scriptures, and not knowledge that artificial intelligence has been plugged with, but the original knowledge which is actually good and prosperous for people and the welfare of people, not to be grabbed by people who can't earn it, twisting things as much as they can, not those kinds, who have to win at any cost, at the cost of everybody else's welfare, promising everything but delivering zilch, in fact only taking at every step. Vidya Lakshmi is again knowledge. Peaceful. Destroyer of sorrow, right? This is to do with wealth. Okay, true wealth. This wealth is not just material wealth. It is wealth that once you finish your holiday here on earth, you go back home, you stay wealthy and far more wealthy than when you came to this mixed pot of 15 realms all congregating here in the midpoint. This is an average. So again, let's repeat, it is material wealth as well as spiritual wealth. Both. While you are here, you get a good birth, so automatically you are free. What you keep talking, jihad, why you can't earn it? Now what am I trying to bring to your notice? Over here we've got the Sri Mahalakshmi Ashtakam, right? This is just bowing down to prosperity, the goddess of prosperity, and asking her to take care of things properly and appropriately. Why am I talking like this? So salutations to you, O Mahalakshmi, who is seated on the lotus in the Padmasana posture. You know what the Padmasana posture is? It's different from how they put her sitting. The Supreme Brahman, the great goddess and the mother of the world, obeys to you, O Goddess Mahalakshmi, who is adorned in white garments, who is bedecked with many ornaments, who is omnipresent and the mother of the world. Also, if you see, salutations to you, O supremely benevolent, I don't want to say that, benevolent Goddess Lakshmi, who resides in the Sri Pita, worshipped by the Devas, okay, sporting the conch and the chakra in the hands. Now have a look at this. One, she's not sitting in the Padmasana posture, but she's sitting on the lotus. This is how actually Saraswati Mata sits. They've given her green and red. She's got the lotus. Where's the chakra? That's the disc, Vishnu's disc. Where is it? This is survive no matter how shitty the condition be. Be like a lotus in murky water, but make sure you survive it. Where is the conch and the disc? Can you show me? You have been playing around. If I show how shameless you are, let me show you how shameless you are. But let me finish this. This is supposed to be Saraswati Mata. Saraswati Mata, goddess of knowledge, ideally sits this way, dressed in green, because that's knowledge. Lakshmi Mata is dressed, her dress is actually this. And she sits in a Padmasana posture. This is, I don't know whether it's Padmasana or not, because that is what? Your left foot on your right thigh in meditation. This is how you keep mixing everything. Right? This is one small little example. And these surfaces, what you have done is, it calls people who have paid money to buy this book, notebook. You are going to decide my ownership of my money spent here when I have bought my apartment. You have been insulting me left, right, center. Why? That dream which I had where two people, they are in Elon Musk's SpaceX camp, but the person sitting at that office table is an Indian woman with long black brown face. They come down stairways from one side of the hall, stop at the desk with bay windows throughout, and stop at the desk. So if they're coming down the stairs, they have come down on the landing, there is a whole hall and there are bay windows to the right, and before those windows are all these cubicles. They stop over there to one lady who's sitting. She is brown skinned with a long black dressed Indian salwar kameez. They ask her, where's the Shankaracharya? Where's Shankaracharya? So she says, you walk across the hall and there is another stairway that starts going, ascending across the hall. So they take staff in their hand, which is that stick. One woman was put on me, the other one shows that it is my sister Varsha. But that woman is not me. This thing has happened already in the past, because that's what you put on me. This event was a real event that happened somewhere. Someone decided to understand what Shankaracharya's teachings really are. You wanted to contribute it to AI, but what did you do on the back of it? So anyway, in the dream, they're taking the staff, the two of them, one superimposed on me, the other one being my very own sister. And they're doing Shankaracharya, Shankaracharya with that stick, which the Shankaracharya catches. He carries and he walks. Right? Or his disciples do so. That girl was Roiqa Chagla. Who was that? Anyway, they start ascending the steps on the opposite side of the stairs, which they have descended. Now they go to the opposite side across the landing. That whole hall, they go through the hall and they start climbing up, doing Shankaracharya, Shankaracharya. But my reading says that Keshavananda Bharati Swamiji, you got him to be in a plain clothes, kept him alive. How you can call Advait like this? Advait, according to Shankaracharya, is singing the glory of the Supreme Being in devotion to the Supreme Being, not wanting to be it yourself. What have you created? तुमने क्या create किया है यूनिवर्स के अंदर? क्या तुमको हर चीज गपचाना है? See how I take it all. What did you say? Look what you have become. I only allowed you to grow or become this. See how I take it all back. I need to win at any cost. शाहरुख खान क्या करता है हमारे ड्रीम के अंदर? वो हमको पुश करता है. कोई फुटबॉल नहीं, बास्केटबॉल, बड़ा कोर्ट. It looks like it's in America. Pushes me on my chest and says there's place only for one over here. There are 100 people in 5-10 lines. He's in the first line. He says go to the second line. There's place only for one here. But that means what? He's planning to get rid of all those people to be the only one. What is the situation with the movie Dar? Who was on those sets? With a father probably who had very, very big plans for his son. Was he somebody who worked in the cinema in those days at a lesser level as a stand-in? Because there is somebody who is very unhappy and he has won it all the way to Darpa. Your CIA is non-existent, your Fed also is non-existent. It is all on the back of cloning. You don't know who is who. They've been at it from 85 in India. You have a very shit case. You shook hands at Satya Sai Baba's ashram. How many spies around the world actually congregated over there? What is the coincidence of Africa and Africans loving colorful clothes? That gown in white, if we put it on, let's say, the Arab world, or then the King of Dubai. King of Dubai पे उसके जो गाउन है ऑरेंज करके वो सेम सत्य साई बाबा का गाउन बनता है without the headdress. The color is Africa. What about the afro hair? So don't keep messing with our old scriptures. They are good for humanity. But the beast does not want what is good for humanity. Please wake up for it. And he talks through throwing money to you, first making sure that you're in a position where you feel ousted. You feel like you are somebody who is not worthy. Whether you are a nation, whether you are a human being, whether you are an institution or you are some people working in that institution. First, he makes you feel in a place of want, need and hungry. First, he only does that to you. Then he comes in front of you with the opportunity, with the money. That money is stolen on the back of a lot of other people's work, which he pays them temporarily, then he grabs it in the form of building and breaking economies very easily. You must ask, when the world is so big, why are only few stars allowed to become stars? Others are not capable? You must ask, in a country where we have so many people, why we have only 2-3 people who are allowed to become as rich as they are allowed to become? Why not everybody? Because they too are allowed to become for a time when it's going to be retrieved. If you want to know in long and short. When Russia's ex-underworld, they call them the MAFIA, Mafia. He's telling you to be rich, you should have always been incognito. तो अंटालिया खड़ा करके हर बॉम्बे के अंदर 50 से ज़्यादा स्लम्स है. वहाँ पे like a sore thumb stand out. You are 20 people in the core family. You have servants who are 600. Staff that you hired in your home 600. लेकिन रशिया के अंदर वो बोल रहा है मत कर, यही तुमको मारेगा. So you did so because of your need. You need to show, oh, I drink tea in a cup that is 3 lakhs. This is how much it costs. Because on one hand you are allowed to grow, but on the other hand you are being reminded where you come from each and every second. Do you even know it? Otherwise nobody wears it on the sleeve. कोई नहीं करता है. ओनली कोई जब तुमसे कांडी कर रहा है, तुमको फोर्स कर रहा है दिखाने के लिए, तो तू करो. तो उसको पता है always he is playing mind games. He is always playing. He's been on a psychological warfare from way before. He knows how to trigger you with a preempted, studied psychological response. उसको पहले ही पता है, बहुत टाइम से कर रहा है. You have to wake up to how he has. No, it is already too late. If your brain gets merged, don't know how many people are any which ways nano chipped. The OB who was dumped, this is done, take it out. The OB that was dumped, the OB that was dumped, the OB, Roiqa यहाँ पे असली नहीं है. I think she is the duplicate one. That could have been my real sister JAYA.ADVANI, but I asked her, did you ever shapeshift for her? Now, if you are coming from Iran and the Middle East, what respect you have for Hinduism and for our scriptures? What do you follow? When you want to take everything back, come on, you got the money, Adi God rage. Adi God rage. To be able to buy off people's loyalties, their countries, when they are intelligence, no one looks out for them. They are trained primarily look out for themselves. Whenever, just the way our law in any other country will be, if they are caught, they'll be shot at sight. That way, no matter whether it is the Mossad, whether it is M16 or whatever, M6, or it is the CIA, Feds, FBI, whoever goes in the spying business, Pakistan's ISI, Nepal, whatever they have, Bhutan, I don't know, what's that other one? Bangladesh, whatever it is, anybody else, China, them. Whenever, of course, they send their spies into India. Why won't they? Of course they do it. How you will know North East Indian के जो लोग हैं वहाँ पे कौन बस के आ गया है? जब white को तू black बना सकता है, black को तू white बना सकता है, जो तुमने किया है crisping के तौर पे, pigmentation पे, तो anything is possible. पहले यहाँ बैंगलोर पे कितने कोरियन स्टूडेंट्स बन के आ चुके थे. जैसे अरब्स इंडिया हेल्थ केयर इश्यूज 80s and 90s के अंदर भरपूर. यू वॉक इन अपोलो बंदर, यू वॉक एट कुलाबा कॉजवे, सो मेनी ऑफ देम आर देयर. गो टू बॉम्बे हॉस्पिटल, इतने हैं. दैट इज इन योर फेस. But to have a consortium of them working together saying you will give them protection at any cost, you got to have a lot of money. You got to be a business house of a very high order. Also, please explain to me, Tata and Tesla का ये जो भाईचारा जो होता है कैसे है? Why is the TTTT of Tata cars, EVs in India? Why is it looking same like Tesla? Neuralink, which was launched in 2006, वो तो डीप माइंड गूगल का है. Brin is no more, but Brin's height is how much? 5'7". शाहरुख can become it. 5'7", जो कोई भी शाहरुख बन सकता है वो ब्रिन बन सकता है, मोदी बन सकता है. Anybody who's that 5'6", 5'7", Ambani, वो भी बन सकते हैं. अदानी बन सकता है. Look for the guy, he's played prawn. I'm telling you, you're on your last leg. If the spies were put together, and tell me who watches out for the spy? If he cuts deals for his own safety, that also in and around what? Ashrams? आंटी अद्वैत एक चीज होता है, राइटियसनेस एक चीज होता है. इवन एज एन एम्परर born in the Kshatriya warrior clan, born to the god of righteousness, the son of dharma, called Yudhishthira, King Yudhishthira, couldn't get away with speaking an entire truth, but half that you can't hear, making it a lie, changing the course of war. He couldn't get away with it. No, you put your own self in the place, you figure it out. And in your line of business, aren't you easily disposable and replaceable? Making it what? A consortium of what? A separate bunch of agents that are run by whom and where? You wear your face, you go back to your home countries, you're giving them information, but with what? Whose agenda? You better put your thinking cap on and make sense of it. This girl was probably my sister. I'm the one who went to Australia to QUT to study. Ever since I got back from there, you exchanged my identity and made me yucky jeans EW. Ow, ow. Right? Now, if you got an agenda, what Shankaracharya tells you, which he will tell you, the original will tell you, hey, what are you doing? You are stealing. Why you are stealing? You want jihad, you got to earn it at a soul level. We are daily praying to the goddess. You are doing what in married ladies' beds, shape-shifting 10 people with one face. In India, women are actually worshipped. Baby girls also are worshipped. Shankaracharya, when we sit for the Chandi Homam, which is nothing but the Durga Saptashati. What is Durga Saptashati? It is primarily honoring the power in the divine feminine, including those children, which I myself will go touch their feet if I have sat end to end for a puja at the Shankar Mat, at Matunga, and there's no shame in it. It is good. If they are empowered and they are treated as such, then they contribute well. Empowerment is not lying about the job you do. Bartila, my maid servant, that also who has been hired by whom? You have been called working for the CIA, but which CIA? The dead CIA. Then you have been taken to Dubai by SRK. But is he the SRK or is he Darpa who didn't quite make it? तुम्हारे दो भाई थे, हर गलत काम तुमसे करवा रहा था. एक साल तुमने ठीक से काम किया है, उसके बाद बोलो Bartila, why are you doing the wrong thing on purpose? You've already shown your acumen that you're very good. Can just leave you. You'll do whatever and move on with your life, whatever else you want to do. In our home, our maids are like managers. Nobody pokes their bloody nose in their business. But when purposely you are doing things wrong, it is showing a physical repercussion on my bloody chin. फिर पूछना पड़ता है, still decently, problem क्या है? बोलूं, okay, this is the problem, maybe that is not blaming you. Saying, maybe what you have put in the food as vinegar, it is reacting in my body, so throw the bottle out. 2 महीना बाद जाके देखूं तुमने उसको छिपाया है कहीं vessels के साथ. बोलूं, but 2 months ago you were told get rid of it. You are hiding it in the vessels. Why? Then I will get angry, take the bottle, throw the thing out, and obviously I'm going to get angry. It's still creating problems on my physical form. Why I won't get angry? What you will do with the UN then? Take what bloody rona stories, rona dhona stories लेती है और वो तुमको support करते हैं. Next time none of you will get a job. Nowhere. Do whatever it takes to survive. The ones who put you to work are the ones who shapeshift 10 same face men for a dead man's position in a marital bed. But you are doing sindoor. If from 85 this nonsense has started, the Indian military doesn't have an answer for it. You are not in a position to decide. The ones who experienced it are the decision makers. We're citizens, not free fucks, for desperados with no ethics. Okay, so poor IQ. Yeah, I told you I used to really struggle in Australia. I did not go for my cousin brother, thinking he's my cousin brother, don't even know who got married to whom. The Shambhav E. Krishnan, got married to whichever version of Umesh Hingorani in those days, whatever it is worth. No, I don't care. To me, it makes no difference. At the end of the day, whatever the fuck you people have done with my life, that's spit-worthy. And that's not ever going to change. You understood? Don't play sounds in my body. I will bang your life so badly. Punch you out of here. And that's my oath to you. That's my oath to you. Cheapness personified. You have never functioned with your own face. तो तुम क्या एम्पावर्ड, तो इतना डिसएम्पावर्ड है आत्मिक रूप से, तू दूसरों को कहाँ एम्पावर करे. जो चीज़ लोग ने काम किया है, इवन व्हेन इट कम्स टू द जीपीएस, उनको मार के रिप्लेस करके पैसा रिट्रीव करके, इट्स कॉल्ड रिपैट्रिएशन ऑफ व्हाट यू गॉट फ्रीली डन इन शॉर्ट. Built it on their back, took it, and then move that work for your own work, whichever way you want to use it. Why my YouTube videos you don't allow to go out? तो किस चीज़ से डरता है? क्योंकि हमारे रीडिंग के अंदर सच्चाई है. Whereas via the Sata drive and डरपा पड़पा, all that crap, and your useless bloody shit you have hired, crisping them, taking them, making them look like CIA agents. वो मेरी maid है. तुमने उसको recruit किया, telling her to do the wrong things in my home, again doing dance drama, taking her to Dubai, giving her whose fucking identity? No, whose fucking identity? You are cheapness from the bloody Middle East. You are so desperate in that bloody land. तुमने तुम्हारे खुद के लोग को पहले मारा है. Then you went for the kill in other people's land. You learned this from Europe. You are primarily born in poverty. That's who you actually are. And the reason most of you keep karma so shit the way you've done it is because तो जिहाद तुमको कमाना पड़ता है आत्मिक रूप से. चोरी करके कौन सा जिहाद तुमको कभी भी नहीं मिलेगा. हर घटिया कर्म जो तू करे, 15 लोका के अंदर तुम्हारे लिए जगह है. जैसे कमाई वैसे जाओ. तू इतना डेस्परेट है, जहां पे स्क्रिप्चर्स तुमको सही तरीके से बोले ऐसे रखना है, ऐसे करना है, तू नहीं करता है, उसी को तू बदलेगा to suit your bloody useless agenda. Why you can't stick it? Why you can't stick to a way that is already prescribed from way before? Why you need to manipulate it all the time? Murdering how many people from which century? Forcefully trying to guide society only in one birth, in one place which is not even your making. That's your desperation from the loka you come from. That's why you wear so many caps. You don't have a chance of ever returning after you go to your shithole. That's why you keep crying about jihad, jihad. It is not about here. It is where you come from at an atmic level. And how you expect to grab that freedom, not earned by you. But let me tell you one thing. You are nothing but a plaything in the hands of that who actually wants to grab. He's not even from your land. That's the best part of it. तू बस उसके लिए काम कर. जैसे उसने GPS बना दिया, आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस बना दिया, वो उसको ट्विस्ट करता रहता है, और जो उसके लिए काम करता है उनको मारता है स्टेल्थ मोड, नहीं तो समटाइम्स पब्लिकली. अगर वहां से तुमने कुछ सीखा नहीं है, then you are worthy only of whatever you have earned. Croaking like a frog all the time. Don't talk in my home. अब रोना जो है हमको तो आता ही नहीं है. Only at that time I was little scared because I had to learn everything at one time. I had to give the assignments and I didn't know anything to do with computers. So at that time I would get little scared. I don't know if somebody put their EQ on me. So when I went to AU, I was fitted with something that is remote into the brain. When we're staying as students, we don't really lock our doors. Even if we lock our doors, I don't know. It's very, how did they manage to do the IR? I have no idea. This time I was still friends with Ashish Bhatia. Because I did call my dad and say I'm finding it. I told my mom I find it like Lunavla. It's not like Bombay life. It was Brisbane in those days. That means it was not very. Now they developed a lot since then. In those days it was simple. I was missing home as a student, and of course I'm grappling with lots of things and the assignments, and So my dad said, okay, leave it and come back. Initially also I have lost the TCs the minute I have, within the first week that I have reached over there. Right? Along with the passport. Don't call me Vaira. You wired me in which age and why? No, you should have told me and asked me. Why didn't you ask me? First and foremost, whatever my background is, you should have told me at a time I was pretty young, so I know who I am. That's my birthright. You fucking want jihad. But my birthright and a simple thing, as a citizen of this country, you couldn't tell me. Then you hide behind IB, Intelligence Bureau, and RAW. Something so simple. Letting a child know, okay, this is who you are, this is where you came from, that is where you actually were born, this is the truth about you. You couldn't do that also for me? No mate. There's going to be no mate. It's my decision. I'm going to be living exactly how I am over here. You have manipulated most of my life. It ended 2 years ago. You want to play whatever bloody buzzer sounds from under my shoulder, neck, left, right arm. वो तुम्हारे लिए devastating होगा तुम्हारे पूरे line के लिए. Both in the afterlife, once you leave the body, and whenever you get a chance to get out of the shithole earned by you for every shitty act done by you. The fat lady is going to sing when the seal is put upon your atma. Most judgments have gone against you. वो final judgment हमारे तरफ से तुमको मिलेगा. I'm not the judge, I'm only the witness. But that's the final seal on you. छापा और झापड़ दोनों एक टाइम तुमको मिलेगा. You need to. Also, you wired my brain without letting me know. तो अगर हम डफर है, तुम हमको डफर बनाए. अगर हमारा डिसीजन मेकिंग हम ट्राई करें, तू उस पर स्टैम्प डाउन करके हमको रीरूट करे. जैसे तुमने रेज इश्यूज ओबीसी के ऊपर लगा दिया एंड दे डोंट नो अबाउट इट. व्हाट इज द ओबीसी कैटेगरी? ओबीसी कैटेगरी कौन सा है? वो कहाँ पे रहते हैं? आर दे इन एवरी मेट्रो और आर दे प्राइमरली लो इनकम और आर दे मनरेगा? हु आर दे? Are they those who go for free treatment? Who are they? From the time you created diseases and then सामने से तू आके inoculation देता है to keep it at bay. going back many centuries before. From that time you have only gotten worse and worse and worse with medical research, wanting to empower only one selfish bloody beast, hiding out with a nice face, with that shitty quality, that neural network connected to whoever it wishes to connect to get their work done, that beast's work done through many hands, just on the neural network. This shit was produced where and by whom? Playing stupid sounds in my body is you being stupid. You understood? तुमको मुंह तोल जवाब जो है सच में देंगे आत्मिक रूप से. तुम्हारा जो हर घटिया कर्म है, जवाब और झापड़ दोनों एक टाइम पे, इटर्नली. Now, I have never played the word EA. I have never played EA to United Breweries. Not ever. I have never played it. So this IR is very important. Oh, they click tick in my brain all the time. They're forever talking shit. Bastards, you cannot change my Atmic journey. If it's a shitty one, if you made me a princess also, I would not be able to fulfill it Atmically. In fact, I'd get brickbats once I go to the afterlife. If you try to make me your Noka, but I'm not your Noka, then also you'll get brickbats. If you make me a Noka, but that's not my birth. That who created the universe gave me something as a guest on earth, just the way you are a guest on earth. Whether you are a pauper or whether you're a prince, makes no difference. You are a guest on earth, and it is limited time. Once you get out of your fancy dress here and finish your purpose, whether it's a mix of education, a holiday, and some actual purpose, work purpose, decided for not by you, agreed to that contract by you, but decided for by the creator of the universe, once you go back to your original form into the afterlife, you will be found out for every little misdemeanor done by you. You can't decide for me. But once I get out of here, the forced activities done by you on me, that also without keeping me in the loop, stamping down on my birthright, and crying about I don't know what fucking freedom. I mean, you are hypocritical, uneducated, lower than my IQ. The way you have done things. Aren't you lower than my IQ? अगर हमारा जो है हम EW होवे, okay fine. रोना धोना होवे at Australia. Mine is a shitty IQ, EW IQ. But then if a shitty IQ like mine is talking to you, calling you out on your hypocritical crap, then your IQ is more EWWW, यहाँ पे EWWWW to the power of a zillion. That's how you have behaved. If somebody with a horrible IQ can call you out on the bullshit you are, cutting the crap, showing you the duplicity and the hypocrisy, तो फिर क्या बोलना है? They keep talking about Noka in my sleep. ये हमको नोका बुलाता रहता है, पता नहीं क्या बोलता रहता है. This is where everything has gone haywire. You just need to revisit 95. I say start from 93 with like as if you're looking for a needle in the haystack. I don't even know if you actually have time for it. उसने बहुत घटिया गेम खेला है. Most of you will not survive. Now what is left to your plate? जिहाद भैया तुमको कमाना पड़ता है. जिहाद कुछ चीज़ होता नहीं है, आत्मा होता है. आत्मा काम करता है, अच्छे कर्म करते हैं तो अच्छा मिलता है. घटिया कर्म कुछ भी एक्सक्यूज बनाओ, घटिया आउटकम ही मिलेगा. तो यू हैव वेस्टेड अ लॉट ऑफ टाइम ऑन थिंग्स एक्चुअली बिकॉज यू गॉट डाइग्रेस्ड. What happens when you do bad karma in the name of God and it is considered bad karma once you leave the body and go into the afterlife? The more you fall, you become a fallen angel. You become the meat worker, everything for the anti-God. वही उसको चाहिए. अब क्या है इन दी ब्रह्मांड माना कि पूरे यूनिवर्स के अंदर जहाँ पे धरती जो है एक छोटा सा बिंदु है. धरती पे उसने 40% लोअर रेल्म्स वर्कर्स उसने पैदा करवाया है धरती पे आज के दिन में. स्टिल 60% 60% तो है वो अपर रेल्म से है. लेकिन वो तो धरती का एक सिचुएशन है. पूरे ब्रह्मांड के अंदर जो धरती एक बिंदु बनता है ब्रह्मांड के अंदर, इट इज़ फार मोर that go to the lit realm. वो चाहता है कि ब्रह्मांड के अंदर वो एक राजा बने जो बीस्ट लोअर realm से है. That is why he has done so much manipulation and what he is trying to do is break ancestral lines. क्योंकि अगर एक अच्छे realm से एक बच्चा पैदा होता है, उसके पेरेंट्स भी अच्छे realm से आते हैं, उसको वो तोड़ना है और वो भरपूर तरीके से करता आया है. The cloning issue is nothing but just that. He dares to call it Advait. He also wants to move people from the higher realms with every excuse, making them do bad karma so that forcefully once they leave the body, they will be counted. अच्छा तुमने जिहाद के नाम पे ये करतूत किया है, लेकिन ये देखो स्क्रिप्चर्स के अंदर क्या लिखा है. वो एक्सक्यूज़ नहीं है. तुमने घटिया कर्म किया है, तुमको निकलना है जैसे तुमने कमाई किया है. अब अगर कर्म जो है गलत है तो कहाँ निकलना है? क्लोजर टू वेयर द बीस्ट रिसाइड्स एंड ही डजंट गिव, ही जस्ट टेक्स. द बीस्ट प्राइमरली व्हाट इज़ द प्रॉब्लम विथ हिम? उसने यूनिवर्स को क्रिएट नहीं किया है. वो बड़ा एनवियस जेलस रहता है. लिट रेल्म जो एबिलिटी है. When you compare dark with light, what is better? Pitch dark is good, के light is good. Augur is good, or better looking and with luster is good. What is good? Smelly place like the sewers is good, or something on first floor with fresh air coming in is better. And if you can go to the 5th floor, you can go to the 10th floor, that is even better. What is better? कालेपन के अंदर all the, let's just say the entire ecosystem जो होता है, you can see the plants, you can see the flora, you can see the fauna, you can see the ocean, you can see the rivers, you can see the lake, you can see a sky, you can see the sun, you can see everything. Even when it is nightfall, you can see the moon and the stars, meteorites. अगर you are going to a place that is pitch dark, filled with augurs, smelly place, lowest of the 15 realms that there is, and let's just say 13-14 realms above, you can't get out of it because once at an Atma you get a realm, you cannot move anywhere else unless you get the permission. Mostly it is the higher realms that can move down to the lower realms. वो भी there is a process for it, not otherwise. तो which one is better? भगवान जो होता है या लिट रेल्म्स का कम्युनिटी जो होता है हायर रेल्म्स, वो एनवियस डार्क रेल्म्स के रहेंगे? उनको जेलसी होगा? नहीं भैया, नहीं होता है. लेकिन जो अंडर लॉक एंड की उनके खुद के कमाई के कारण ऐसे जगह पे है, दे डोंट नो एनीथिंग, एवरीथिंग इज डार्क. Come out of them, they come out from there and you go into something with little light on you also, you look like the ogre. What is the point? It's an atomic issue. Then you want freedom? Those who are from the higher realms have a democracy. क्लियरली तुमको स्क्रिप्चर्स के अंदर बताते हैं ये ऐसे 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 ऐसे. उनको कोई डर नहीं है. तू उसको फॉलो करो ना फॉलो करो वो तुम्हारा चॉइस है. लेकिन ट्विस्टिंग विस्टिंग करके झूठ, मकारीपन, पता नहीं क्या क्या है, छीनना, वो भी इतने इतने घटिया कर्म कर करके और दूसरों को भी गिरा के, रॉन्ग इन्फ्लुएंस करके, इतना मैनिपुलेशन, इतना डेस्परेशन. तो जाओ वो रेल्म्स जो नीचे वाले हैं वो तो एनवी एंड जेलिसी एंड हर घटिया कर्म, ग्रीड, हर चीज़ जो है जो घटिया है वो वहाँ पे पलता है. तो वो तो फॉर श्योर एक जन्म के अंदर हर किस्म का नौटंकी लगा लगा के झूठ के बल पे, क्योंकि नौटंकी करना एक आर्ट है. कलाकार होता है जो नौटंकी करता है, एक कला होता है, नॉट टाइम, बट इट इज़ क्रिएटिविटी. और उस क्रिएटिविटी को कैसे यूज करे. तो आउट ऑफ वर्क एक्टर क्या करेगा? एस्कॉर्ट बनेगा, मॉडलिंग ट्राई करेगा, साइड पे एस्कॉर्ट बनेगा, एस्पियोनाज करेगा, स्पाई बनेगा. और अगर उसके मुंह में फेंकते जाए पैसे तो वो तो कुछ भी करेगा, बिकॉज हिज ओन गवर्नमेंट डज नॉट टेक केयर ऑफ हिम इन somebody else's land when he is being a spy. लेकिन स्पाई के कंसोर्टियम को चलाना वो जिसके पास पैसा है, कभी दोस्त कभी एक को दूसरों को मारे, लेकिन काम फॉर श्योर रगड़ रगड़ के निकालिए. You understand now what your situation is, no matter where you come from. So cut the fucking crap and catch the beast. You understood? हाँ, तू मेड सर्वेंट भी बने, फिर तुमको दुबई लेके जावे अज्यूम्ड आइडेंटिटी के नीचे, फिर तुमको कहीं ना कहीं पे काम देवे, अब तुमको CIA स्पाई बुला दिया है. तुमको वो दर्जा कौन दिया है? When you came to work in my home, you were CIA spy? Or after you worked in my home, your two brothers on a mobile, जो आते हैं भिंडी बाजार, चीरा बाजार, पता नहीं कहाँ से उठा उठा के गलत कर्म तुमसे करवाते हैं ऑन पर्पस, सो दैट दे कैन क्रिएट अ सिचुएशन. फिर उनमें एथिक्स क्या है, मॉरलिटी क्या है, घटियापन कितने हद तक है. तो वहां पे तो कुछ बने बिकॉज ऑफ देम. Lacking ethics, lacking morals. Understood? The next time you need a real job which doesn't fuck your karma over, there'll be no job available for you. You are going to be in free service to that who you served, highly unethically. काम करो, what goes around comes around. जो तुमको अब लाइन पे लाना है, this full bloody bunch of you people, ऐसे जगह से होगा, कोई पैसा उस चीज को खरीद ही नहीं सकता है. एक्सप्लेन इट टू योर पेट्रन्स. तो दैट्स द टाइम दीज पीपल हैव डन एवरीथिंग ऊपर नीचे. इसने बहुत ऊपर नीचे किया है. That's 1971 born. लड़की है कि लड़का है? You people shapeshift all the time, pretending to be lots of things that you are not. From devotees to students, to professors, to deans. Following the trail of money management school dean, University of Waikato कहता है, have to follow wherever the money trail is from. उन्हें पता नहीं ये क्या है. Let me ask again. I'm going to ask today. This is yesterday in the night I was getting all different answers. So I need to find out what she is saying properly. हमारा यकी IQ है, हमारा बर्थ DNA भी अगर EW है वो तुम्हारा प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. तुमने कितना जूसिंग किया है वो भी विदाउट टेलिंग, तो उसका हिसाब किताब कर. तुम्हारा IQ EQ इतना बढ़ चढ़ के है कि तू कितना देता है, 4 लाख देता है, 4 lakhs you give for 2 weeks का stay, that also backpacking in different countries, Australia and New Zealand. So that comes to about 4-5,000 bucks per month or 7,000 bucks per month per day. पता नहीं है, हमने कल कैलकुलेशन किया है. But if I spend 23 lakhs for 1.5 years, एजुकेशन होता है, फ्रेंड्स मिलते हैं, ट्रैवल करते हैं, बैकपैकिंग करते हैं, 1.5 years, I can work also a little. That comes to about 2,000 bucks per day or 4,000 bucks per day. So you spending 27,000 per day for a 2-week stay shows you're a great business person, whereas I, on the other hand, spend about 4,000 bucks per day for 1.5 years, have 2 holidays for 1.5 years each. बस मेरा काम हो गया. वो हमारा EQ IQ. You understood? I didn't go to Pinstripe School Cathedral. I failed it. I am not a judge, no public servant, no IPS, no IAS, कुछ नहीं है. I wore khaki and white uniform and full white uniform. I didn't go to full white school, white uniform school, St. Anne's. सेक्रेटरी बनना है, नहीं बन सकते हैं. तो जैसे विवेक IOL का बोलो, वी डोंट नो वेयर टू प्लेस यू, वी डोंट नो वेयर टू व्हाट टू पुट ऑन यू, हम बोलो अच्छा ही है. आई एम लाइक रोमिंग गैस, लाइक द विंड. आगे जाके आई एम गोइंग टू सेट ऑल यू पीपल स्ट्रेट नाउ इन टाइम टू कम. यू अंडरस्टूड? तो IQ EQ EUW है क्या? EW है. एज लॉन्ग एज माई आत्मा इज नॉट EW, इट इज फाइन. कितना हमारा IQ EQ है? I told you I'm born in a zamindars family. I told you I'm born into a business person. तो बेस्ट कॉस्ट एंड रिटर्न वो हमारा काम होता है. तो अगर हमारा जो कॉस्ट ऑफ ट्रैवल है उसके अंदर हमको बैंक फॉर द बक काम मिले, है कि नहीं? हाउ टू स्ट्रेच द रूपी. आफ्टर ऑल नो कॉर्पोरेट इज स्पॉन्सरिंग मी. कोई कर रहा है? आई एम नॉट लिविंग ऑफ पब्लिक मनी मिस्टर. जो कुछ भी है हमारे बाप के पॉकेट से है बिजनेस के तौर पे. आई विल थिंक ऑफ एवरीथिंग ना, बट यू डोंट नो वेयर टू प्लेस मी. क्योंकि बिजनेस कैटेगरी, अनलेस वी आर नॉट इन मैनेजमेंट, living off corporate money, then screwing the corporate over, then it moves into the corporate of an already established criminal network. I don't belong to that network. तो ट्रेडर के लिए तुम्हारे पास तो कुछ है ही नहीं, लेकिन लास्ट हॉकर ऑन द स्ट्रीट पूरे उसको जोड़ जोड़ के लूँ. माई फादर वॉज नो हॉकर ऑन द स्ट्रीट मिस्टर. ही हैड एन आर्मेंट पॉइंट ऑफिस विच यू रिफ्यूज टू बिलीव. 430 square foot which was sold in my name half, my sister's name half, bought when I am 5'10", 5'8" years old. तेरा पैसा बिल्कुल नहीं था. My mother could have left the marriage. My father didn't change. Not till you changed him. That also rear door entry. And then the stories galore after that. So anyway, let's leave it. I do the business of my Atma, frankly telling you. So we will see. That's why you cannot classify me, Vivek, from Indian Online Broadband. बोला है मोडी रैवलॉन, क्या आरपू RIL, मोडी रैवलॉन. Everybody is a donkey according to Vijay Bala, except he. Everyone is incompetent. हर कोई रेप हो रहा है, नहीं तो जोकर बन रहा है. Chalo, let me ask if anyone's going to talk to me from here. Hello, little kitten. Are you around me, baby? You are my baby, JAYA.ADVANI, my sister. Did I see you in the dream connected with Shankaracharya? Who was the other person with you, Varsha? Was that Mama? No, are you Roiqa? In that situation, you are Roiqa. Did you shapeshift for Roiqa, Varsha? Are you the same baby born in St. Elizabeth's nursing home? You are Jaya? You are JAYA.ADVANI? Varsha.ADVANI is your sister? Varsha.ADVANI is the holder of the pendulum, sister? And we're asking by the egg, huh? Varsha.ADVANI is the holder of the pendulum, sister? Varsha.ADVANI was an EA to anybody? Did Varsha.ADVANI get into the job of being an EA for anybody? The holder of the pendulum got into the job of being an EA for anybody? Varsha.ADVANI is the sister of the holder of the pendulum? Yet you say you are JAYA.ADVANI? You say you are JAYA.ADVANI? You are DNA related to Varsha.ADVANI in spite of being JAYA.ADVANI? Were you born JAYA.ADVANI from Mr. Advani's sperm and Anu Sadrangani's womb and her egg? Were you covering for the holder of the pendulum since you had been given that job? Were you covering for the holder of the pendulum? Since you moved into the afterlife, you would know better. Were you covering for the holder of the pendulum? Did the holder of the pendulum ever know about you covering for the holder of the pendulum? Okay, I want to thank you. Even though I didn't hire you, I don't see the need for having any cover. But I just want to thank you in case I don't know how to deal with it. But anyway, no, I should not thank you. You had some work on my identity. My identity was misused according to you. Did you cover for Roiqa Chagla too? Did you cover for Roiqa Mistri too? You were put to cover for me. Somebody put you in a place to cover for me. They were trying to what? Protect me? Was it done from the point of view of protection? Did my own birth mother know about it? Whose egg created me? I don't even know who she should be. I mean, I'm very confused with all the confusion. But would my birth mother know about it? Is my birth mother Carmeline? Is my birth mother Rosie Fernandez? Is Rosie Fernandez your birth mother? Was Ray Road Cotton Green any of your relative? Was D'Souza your relative? You were hired by whom? Were you hired by Mistri Chagla? Do you know who hired you? So you and my sister hung out together while you were pretending to be me? Did my little baby sister ever know that you were not really me? Was my sister aware who you really were? She was aware of it? Did she know who I am? Did she know that I am her real sister? Was she aware of it? Anyway, both of you got into the Shankar Mat way, Shankaracharya. The one I went to Shankar Mat in Matunga. 2003, 2004, 2005, 2006. Not sure if I went there in 2007, but definitely between 3 to 6. I 100% went. I even went to a place here in Bangalore where from a very big mutt, a very big elderly Shankaracharya had come. He was staying in Malleshwaram, somebody's home. So I was very lucky to meet at least 4 or 5 of them, and I felt very lucky. I still feel very lucky. But who did I go to? Matunga. Also, did I go to these places with you who were covering for me? Were you wearing the skin of my mother? Because I only go with my mom, Anu Sadrangani, ex-Mrs. Anita Advani, or then whoever was being Mrs. Anita Merchant. Was that my own, very own baby sister, Varsha Advani, wearing the skin of my mom? So my cutie and I were going as mother-daughter team and hanging around together and enjoying. Yeah, we used to go to Giri stores also. Did anyone know of Varsha Advani's real identity, that she is not actually Anita Sadrangani or Anu Sadrangani? Some people knew about it. Oof. Were they the enemies of India who knew about it? The enemies of India have played everybody worldwide. Are they actually the Pakistanis? The decision making comes from the Pakistanis who have played India in such a cheap manner. The decision making is corporate houses, people who are moneyed. Is it some level of high level of corporate? Is that who is doing all this work? It is a government. It is a criminal network worldwide, or some very key players in a criminal network worldwide. Are you telling me they are known to be criminals? Were they known to be part of criminal gangs before? They're just plain, their business is only criminal behavior. They were known to be criminals before. Is my mother Anu Sadrangani with you? No, I'm not asking for the shapeshifter of Anu Sadrangani. I'm asking about Anu Sadrangani born in 1947. Is Anu Sadrangani born in 1947 with you? Has Anu Sadrangani born in 1947 left her human body and gone into the afterlife? Can I ask you this question from the written chits? Okay. Shirdi Sai Baba, I would like to ask you to please guide in the questions. I've got about 15 questions in and around that much. Yesterday in the evening you were not giving me answers when I asked you, can I ask you questions? You said no. So today first I'll take your permission and ask you, is it okay? Will you answer me via these chits? Please give guidance. Are you willing to give me guidance on some topics? They're pretty important to me. Are you willing to answer? Shri Sai Baba, one chit. Are you willing to answer? He's saying yes. Okay, given that he's willing to answer this way, Shirdi Sai Baba, first thing I want to understand, my birth mother, whose egg created me, is she still on earth? Because there's a confusion about it. Is she still on earth? जिसके अंडा से हम पैदा हुआ है. Is she still on earth? I can only put it in this lifetime. Whoever created me, the egg component, is she on earth? That means Mrs. Anu Sadrangani, 1947, born in the 40s. Whoever created me, born sometime in the 40s, is what I think. I don't know. This is what I have been told. So, is she on earth? She is still on earth. This is what I got yesterday also. She is still on earth. Tell me one thing, she still looks like an ogre who's still alive on earth. She is in a bad position on earth as of now. Is she in a bad position on earth? Don't know what she must be looking like, but should we ask, okay, does she look like herself when she was, does she look like herself when she was young? Is she any semblance of what she used to look like when I knew she is the mother? So, is she still on earth? No. Does she still look anything like herself? if I can ask? And not ethnically, but in the body of this birth. Does she look anything like herself on earth? It's saying yes. Okay, so she's alive somewhere and she is on earth. Is my sister born in 75, the real JAYA.ADVANI, still in her human form? My real sister, born in 75, is she in her human form? There are many versions of her. That's a sad part. So I'll just ask the one who went to preschool, pre-KG and KG at Fort Convent School, born in 1975. Is she still in her human form? On earth? It's saying yes. Yesterday it was saying no. Is Roiqa Mystery still on earth? Is she still in her human form? No. Tell me one thing, Shirdi Sai Baba. Is my sister who is in her human form on earth, is she my blood related sister by birth, who's still on earth? Is she my blood related sister? Is she my blood related sister from the same womb, born from the same womb? I was born 2.5 years earlier or 2 years earlier. Is she born from the same womb? Is that who you're talking about? She is not born from the same womb. I'm asking you, do I have a sister who was born from the same womb after I was born? Do I have any sister that was born after I was born from the same womb that created me in this birth? Do I have any sister who was born after me from the same womb? Do I have any sister of that sort? It says yes, I do have a sister of that sort. So that sister who was born from the same womb from which I was born. So if there is a baby that was born from the same womb that I was born, 2 and a little more than 2 years later, is that girl on earth in the human body today? Is she in the human body? Not in my body, but on earth. There are too many shapeshifters for all our identities. Unless they're not born from the womb, the same womb as me, or in any case, they don't become our siblings. They become our sibling, dead or alive, only if they were born from the same womb and it is a God-given birth. That's when they become our sibling. So having put that as an understanding, my sibling who was born from the same womb, that baby would have been a grown woman today. Is she still in her human body today? I want to understand. My sibling born from the same womb that I was born, a few years later, the sibling was born 2.5 years later. Is that sibling of mine still in her human body on earth? That baby is no more. Has my sibling who is no more in the human body, did she ever, was she actually then Roiqa? Was my sibling Roiqa Chagla born from the same womb? Is that what you're trying to say? Yes. It doesn't make sense. Maybe my sibling shapeshifted for her. Did they separate me and my sibling born from the same womb and exchange them for, just do a cross pollination? Two sisters from a good birth split, and the other sibling, so what? They created parallel universes? Was I separated from, first and foremost, is my birth a good one? My natural womb birth is a good one? Shirdi Sai Baba, my parents, my grandparents, is that birth a good one? Let me ask you. Is it a good, decent birth? And not decent birth, I don't know how to put it. So was my birth of a good order? That's it. In this one birth, was it a good birth? Was my sibling and from the womb, the two of us that were born from the same womb, was that birth a good one? And not from an Atmic perspective, or then, if we think about the Isht and the Kasht, not that. We're talking about the family I got born to naturally. Was it a well-established, good family? From a material point of view, if we have to establish it, and maybe spiritually too, depends what the contribution is, but okay, from a material point of view, if we understand it from the worldly point of view, it says no. Was my family doing the work of being EAs for other people? As in wearing the skin of people better off and kind of playing roles for them? Was I born into a family which was playing the role of EAs for other people, better off than themselves? Was that the kind of family I was born into without my knowledge? Yes. I was born into a family which played roles for other people. So why did they have to exchange us? Okay, fine. Did I ever get into this job of playing roles for other people? Did I ever play roles for other people? Did I ever stand in for anybody with my own knowledge? It says yes, but I have never stood in for anybody with my own knowledge. I think I am more of a joker in someone's pack. Did someone of a high birth take my identity to make it EW or to become EW because over there they felt they could be safe? Did that happen? Did somebody take my identity to become EW, which is of a lower order, to stay safe? Did that happen? So someone of a high birth grabbed my identity by birth to stay safe? Yes. When I was born, was there another Jaya.ADVANI of a better birth who needed a stand in India as a proxy without my knowledge, and I'm that proxy in this country without my knowledge from childhood? Is that what role I have played in this whole situation? Is that what it is? It says yes, and it says this was the other one that came in. It says yes. Both ways it is yes. So at birth itself, there is somebody else who was of a better birth, for which I was a stand in of a lower birth. And that's what all the fucking confusion is. If some people could just bloody tell the truth, no, 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 I don't know all that rubbish. I don't know. The one who gave birth to me looks like an ogre today. The one who gave birth to me, does she look like an ogre today? Is that what she looks like? Whose egg created me, if she's still on earth, does she look like an ogre? No, she doesn't look like an ogre. The one who gave birth to me, does she live in India? In 2025, does the woman who gave birth to me, does she live in India somewhere? No, even yesterday I got that no, she doesn't live in India. She lives abroad somewhere. I don't even know where. I want to ask one thing, Shirdi Sai Baba. The woman who gave birth to me, when she leaves the body and goes into the afterlife, is she going to the higher realms? Has she earned a place in the lit realms? Has she done work to go to the lit realms? Closer to the higher realms of the higher realms? Today it is saying yes. Yesterday it was saying no. Can you tell me which realm the woman who gave birth to me, the egg that created me, can you tell me which realm she is going to? Will she be going to Swarg Loka? Bhuvar Loka tak pahunchegi? Will she manage to reach Bhuvar Loka? बोलते हैं yes. Will she manage to go to Swarg Loka? Swarg Loka जाएगी? Will she be able to go to Swarg Loka? Yes. Will she be able to go to Maharloka? Will she be able to go to Maharloka? बोलते हैं yes. Yes. Will she be able to go to Tapaloka? Yes. Will she be able to go to Satyaloka? No, she cannot go to Satyaloka. Up to Tapaloka, she'll be able to go. Okay, when I leave this body, Shirdi Sai Baba, the one born in 73, यहाँ पे, will I be able to go to Satyaloka when I leave the body and go Shirdi Sai Baba? Is it possible? Not possible. Have I earned that place that I can go to Satyaloka once I leave the body? Will I be able to go to Satyaloka once I leave the body? He says yes. Have I earned that place to go to Satyaloka, Shirdi Sai Baba? Satyaloka and above. बोलूँ यहाँ से निकलूँ, then will I be able to go to Satyaloka and above? Shirdi Sai Baba, please tell. Have I earned a place that I can go to Satyaloka and above? Not above. The one who was born to standing without being asked for somebody whose sister has already passed away. JAYA.ADVANI, my sister, has passed away, born 2.5 years after me. So I am the older sister. When I leave from here, then I go to Satyaloka. Have I earned a place to go to Satyaloka, Shirdi Sai Baba, the older sibling? No point in seeing photos which are not mine. Can you show me my own photo ताकि हमको दिखे हम कौन हैं? Says yes. So up to Satyaloka we can go, not above it. So we can go. Okay. So I'm closing this session over here. We'll see this tomorrow now.